In the black heart of Mount Gundabad, deep beneath stone older than the stars, a new life claws its way into the world. Bear Orc opens his eyes for the first time. The air burns his lungs with smoke and iron. The roar of the forges pounds in his ears like war drums. All around him, the spawn pits seethe, twisted bodies writhing, breaking free of the slime that birthed them. He rises, bigger than the others, broader. His tusks already long, his hide already scarred by the pit's cruel embrace. The lesser goblins shrink back as he stands, for even newborn, Bear Orc carries the weight of something ancient and furious. He does not yet know the name Sauron, he does not yet know the taste of Gondorian steel, or the scream of Rohirrim horses. He knows only hunger. Hunger for meat, for blood, for power. The overseers see it at once. They laugh their wet, rasping laughs and shove a crude axe into his clawed hands. They point south, toward the soft lands of men, the glittering halls of dwarves, the endless forests of elves. Bear Orc grips the weapon. It feels right. It feels like destiny. This is his world now. A world of ash and iron, of endless war and endless glory. From the frozen peaks of Gundabad, he will carve his name into the bones of Middle-earth. The age of orcs has come again, and Bear Orc will lead the tide. Let the free peoples tremble. Hello and welcome back to Tales from the Age of Men. I say welcome back because we've got a couple of series on this already, in previous versions no less. This is the most up-to-date version that we currently have access to publicly. There is another version that you can get if you subscribe to their Patreon. Obviously, that's up to you if you want to do that, but there is a link in the description to the ModDB page to this version, which was literally just updated about 2 weeks ago. Just bear that in mind. Very, very up to date. And you can see here, we now have all kinds of different should we say benefits that each individual faction now has, and they've even expanded dramatically in regards to what kind of functionality is available. This was obviously previously only available through the Patreon version, but now that's actually included in the public version. So very, very cool. I'm going to be playing as the Gundabad Orcs. This is going to be extremely dangerous for us. I'm not entirely sure how this is going to go, but there are three, well, technically you can play as a human as well if you want to, but there are three orc-ish kind of races that you can choose from. So you can choose Uruk, Goblin, or Orc itself. I think we'll probably play Orc. Oh wow, look at that. What is this? Look at that. Look at how scary this guy looks. Wow. Okay, yeah. Not entirely sure what we're gonna go for. Should we go for like a dark purple? Should we go for a dark purple guy right here? That sounds pretty fun to me actually. So let's do that. We're gonna play an Orc, and we're going to see what we can do. Okay, so what do we want to play with? Well, we're probably going to want to play with, you guessed it, a Warg, right? We're probably going to be riding on Wargs, because as far as I remember, they were talking about creating Wargs that could attack and do other things. So I'm kind of excited about that. So I think we're going to go for... what do we want to go for? Scouting and bows might be cool. One-handed and polearm. I guess we'll go one-handed and polearm. I actually need to get riding skill quite dramatically. Riding and polearm, that's obviously going to be really, really, really good. Polearm and one-handed, that's nice. Take a look, by the way, in the description if you want to see my current load order. And just bear in mind that if you do download the mod from ModDB, they give you every single mod you need. You don't need to download anything extra unless you want to use something extra, like for example, I don't know, improved garrisons or some other mods, and indeed you can use some mods associated with things that are not going to change stuff like, items or whatever. Then you can use that kind of thing. So anyway, let's see, scouting and bows, polearm and tactics. I feel like being a tactics person. I don't know. I feel like being a tactics person, but maybe that's not going to work out so well. Let's do this. Tactics and leadership. Why not? Let's go age 40 because we are not playing with fast mode, because at the moment, Tales from the Age of Men is not currently compatible with 1.3.13, which is the most up-to-date version for war sales. It is not actually going to be compatible with fast mode or anything like that. So I have rolled back to 1.2.12. So that's obviously the deal. That's the deal here. So yeah, we have a huge number of colors that we could choose from as well. I think we're going to go for a purple like we are right here. Let's go for a dark purple or something like that. Is there a bear available? I'm not entirely sure. I mean, I'm gonna be, well, that's the thing. I can't actually be Bear Uruk, can I? I can't be Bear Uruk, but I can be something else, can't I? I can be something like, I don't know, Bear Orc or something hilarious like that. Let's actually see. What do I want to go for? Ooh, yeah, I think that looks pretty cool. Bloodmore Clan. No, we're gonna be calling ourselves, oh, the family name. Oh, that's kind of bad, isn't it? Bear Uruk, Bear Orc? Bear Orc? No way. That looks so terrible, doesn't it? But yeah, okay. Bear Orc, Bear Orc. Should we literally just call him Bear Orc, Bear Orc? Why not? I think that sounds pretty funny. Okay, so otherwise we're gonna not have auto allocate on. I'm actually gonna do this manually. I never usually do this, but I've kind of grown to like customizing our companions a little bit. So we'll see how that goes. And obviously we don't have death for all or anything like that on, so the death possibility is pretty low. And we're just going to play on Bannerlord difficulty and head into the game. Alright, so we're here at Mount Gundabad itself, and we're actually going to be recruiting some people straight away. Now, bear in mind that there are massive units available here, like a Gundabad Tracker, for example, and also a Gundabad Brute. These things are going to be extremely expensive to recruit, at least initially, as you can see right there, because these are literally tier 4s. Right, and if you take a look at the troop tree, you can see that they have they've actually changed these guys quite dramatically already. As far as I remember, I don't think this guy was available. I think you could only get tier 4s with Gundabad before. Is that true? I don't know. I'm not very familiar with Gundabad units, let's just say that. But you can see here that this is actually a pretty dangerous unit here. The Dread Rider of the Tower has 213 riding skill, 213 polearms, pretty powerful there. We also have Azog's Champion, who has, wow, actually some very good one-handed and polearm skills. We have a Chosen of Tharzog, a Guardian of the Tower, and various other units here as well. And indeed, it does look as though Gundabad is looking very dangerous. Maybe not so much with their archers, but looking very powerful with their cavalry and some of their infantry as well. So I guess what we're going to do is we're actually going to just take all of these guys. I mean, I don't see a reason why we shouldn't take all these guys. Well, I can see one reason. We don't have any money. We don't have enough money to be able to do that. So I guess what I'm going to do is I'm just going to transfer a couple of these guys out of here. Wow. Okay, yeah, I guess 2,000 is going to have to be enough, I guess, right? I guess, I don't know. It's looking a little bit dicey because I'm not entirely sure how many bandits we're going to see. I do have the bandit setting quite high. If you go into your mod options, you're going to get the ability to determine how many bandits are spawning, and it's actually kind of shocking how many you're going to see. Anyway, we do have a level up here, and we're going to be going for plus 2% damage with polearms while mounted, of course. That's obviously very good. Let's try to increase our riding skill a little bit more. Let's try to increase our tactics a little bit more. I think, considering I'm leveling up tactics, I'm going to go for scouting skill as well. I know that sounds kind of weird, but yeah, that's what we're going to go for. And we're probably going to be going for a little bit more in vigor here and one more in endurance. That sounds really nice, actually, because then we're going to be able to level up our riding skill just that much faster. I actually don't even know. Am I mounted? No, I'm not even mounted. Idiot. Why am I? Oh, no, I'm not even mounted. That's terrible. Okay, let's actually go into the trade screen here and actually see. Oh, yeah. Okay, we don't really have that much in the way of food, which is a bit problematic. I don't even have enough riding skill. Why don't I have enough riding skill? I only have 10. Oh, no. This is terrible. Okay, I'm going to have to ride on a regular mount, like a really terrible mount. I'm going to buy a Warg because they're really cheap. So I'm going to buy a Warg right here, and then we're just going to get a, I guess a saddle horse? Yeah, I guess just a saddle horse. And we're just going to have to be wearing that. 127, I think sounds pretty decent for us right there. And we are then just going to move on. Okay, so now here's the thing. We're obviously going to level up scouting really quickly. Okay, we got some criminals right there. All right, let's do this. I I don't have a polearm. I should have purchased a polearm, shouldn't I? Wait, do I have a polearm? Is that a polearm? No, it's a one... Oh, no. That's probably the worst thing I could have. It's a one-handed axe. Yes, it's a one-handed axe. I don't even know what I was doing with the character creation, but apparently I should have been like, oh, yes, let me spec into more polearms. Yeah, I probably should have done that. But yeah, whatever the case, it doesn't really matter too much because these guys are just criminals. We should have a very easy... Well... Let's just say, I hope that we're going to have a very, very easy time here. I've got to be a little bit careful about these polearm users as well, because the polearm fellows are no doubt going to be absolutely monstrous and do massive, massive damage. But thankfully... Oh, look at... Oh, I'm actually doing damage. I'm actually doing damage? What? I'm kind of surprised about this. I mean, maybe I shouldn't be surprised because, let's face it, I have played this game for many years, and I should be relatively good at the combat by now, right? But I'm always surprised when we do okay with a one-handed on horseback, because, well, apart from that wonderful, wonderful miss that I had just there. But yeah, my forces are, of course, going to be completely destroying the opponent here. And as you can see, another little bit of renown is always nice. Okay, so obviously we're going to also be making sure that we use only Gundabad armor and stuff like that. Let me actually just see. Oh, I can actually use that. Okay, I guess I will use that for the moment. And we'll use this too, even though it's absolutely terrible. And we'll try and see if we can maybe sell, maybe try to get a spear. Yeah, we need to get a polearm pretty fast, in my opinion. I feel like getting a polearm is going to be exceedingly good. Now, one thing we have to be a bit aware of is that there are Gondorian units here. Now, just bear in mind that obviously this is still a work in progress. I just want to stress that right now. It is a work in progress. As a result, if you're seeing Gondorian raiders or whatever, and you think to yourself, oh, that's not realistic, we were not going to have Gondorians all the way over in Gundabad territory. Well, yeah, I mean, obviously, lore-wise, that's not really a thing. But this is you've got to just bear in mind, this is a game, first of all, and it's also a mod, right? And it's also a work in progress. So, yeah, I think we can kind of stretch the realism-esque stuff in a thing where there's literal dragons and magic and, yeah, you know, all that stuff. Anyway, what we're going to do is I'm just going to return here and try to see if I can purchase a polearm. That's going to be extremely, extremely useful. Okay, we don't have any polearms here. Don't have any polearms at all for some reason. Why don't we have any polearms? And where are the companions? I need to find some companions. I think that's probably going to be the way to go. Oh, hello. Okay, I actually just leveled up. All right, so I think what we'll do, first of all, is I'm actually just going to sell all of this. This is only going to get me 300, which is very bad. I'm actually going to see what I can do here. I am currently not at war with anyone right now, because obviously the war against the elves doesn't really happen that soon, I hope. But yeah, what we do need to do, or what we would like to do potentially, is go over to Litash. If I can go over to Litash, I'll be pretty happy with this, because what we can then do is maybe get a little... well, I'm kind of hoping we can maybe get a little polearm. Oh, we got some more criminals here. I guess I'm going to go in and actually do some damage. We're getting nice leadership skill as well. Should probably level up my leadership skill too. I did level up. So what am I going to go for? I don't know. What am I going to go for? I guess I could go for more leadership, to be honest. I feel like leadership is definitely going to be making a huge difference to us in the long run. We're going to go into another battle here. I am very much used to fast mode. Just bear in mind, obviously, the last couple of series that I've made have been with war sales and have been with fast mode enabled. But obviously, fast mode is not available in this version of the game. I am, obviously, mentioning the version back in the introduction here. But yeah, it means that we are going to be leveling much, much slower than we would normally with fast mode, obviously. And so that means that a lot more of my actions are going to have to be, well, let's just say very considered. We're going to have to consider every single thing, because I can't just run in there and be like, oh yes, I'm going to level up no matter what I do. No. We're actually going to have to be somewhat effective, because fast mode, while it does increase the speed of the game itself, it is also increasing your experience gain. And things like that are going to dramatically affect how you play, and so on and so forth. So generally, yeah, we should just keep that in mind. Anyway, another 2 renown, 1.5. Ooh, hello. Okay, actually pretty nice loot. I actually wouldn't mind going in and fighting against some Gondorians. I think we could probably do quite nicely against them, but I'm a little bit concerned because they are Gondorians. You know what I mean? You know, they're actually Gondorians in comparison to being, well, just some random raiders. Yeah, so as you can see right here, this is exactly what I was talking about. We're going to have to pay these guys because they just ganged up on us. They just ganged up on us so dramatically that we were outnumbered massively. And we do not want that. Thank you very much. Okay, so let's have a look here. Fighters go down into brutes and then go down into, yeah, berserkers, veteran berserkers, and so on and so forth. I suppose we're going to do that. I could go for the Guardian of the Tower, though. If we go for the Guardian of the Tower, as you can see, it actually does have a shield available. The shield is obviously really, really good. Spear, really, really good. I'm not entirely sure if that's going to be particularly... Ah, yeah, it is actually going to be quite useful. I'm thinking about fighting against elves at this point, so I'm thinking guards. Yeah. Guards are definitely going to make a big difference to us. Okay, so first of all, there is actually a raiding camp here as well. I could potentially... I'm thinking about it right now. I think there might be a, shall we say, a hideout elimination quest relatively close by. I think that would be quite nice. I think we should probably go and actually check on that. Let's go up here and actually see. Maybe we'll be lucky. Needs help with brigands. Just needs help with brigands. Not a big fan of that. Okay, let's just try and see if we can get a couple more really, really cheap units. I don't really want to have massive amounts of tier 4s, you know, just completely draining our bank account right now. So let's just trade all of this. Do we have any polearms yet? No. Unfortunately, the marketplaces are not going to be super populated just yet with that kind of stuff. Do we have... Wait a minute. There's a huge amount of notables here. What? Wow, there are so many notables. Okay. Unfortunately, it doesn't look as though there is a quest to eliminate that bandit hideout, so I am just going to make my way over to avoiding these criminals. Okay. Wow, they actually didn't want to fight me? Really? They didn't want to fight me? These guys are just looters. Should I try to go in for an auto-resolve against those guys? I actually feel like maybe that's a good idea. I don't know. I'm literally... I have 14 renown. Oh, no. Yeah, no, you know what? Let's actually just do what I thought I was going to do beforehand. And we're just going to go over to Litash, and hopefully we're not going to get attacked in the meantime. It's unlikely that one party of bandits is going to be like, oh yeah, let's attack that guy, because we actually do have some pretty high tier, well, I wouldn't say high tier units, but we have some pretty decent-ish units. And, well, we'll see what we can do here. Gossip of Gandalf the Grey visiting Bag End spreads across the Shire. His presence is welcomed, but curiosity of the friendly wizard's reasons for making his way to Hobbiton linger. Yeah, okay, so we also have Steward skill leveling up too, and indeed we are going to be... Ooh, careful, careful, careful. All right, okay, I'm just pleased that we didn't get absolutely murdered there. And gang needs recruits. Okay, that's not going to be particularly useful for me. Let's take a look. Okay, unfortunate, yeah. Oh, wait. This is actually a pretty nice axe, as you can see by the length. The length of the axe is really what I'm looking for right there. Unfortunately, it is extremely expensive, so I won't be able to do anything about it. I am thinking about trade, though. I am actually thinking about buying some stuff just purely for trading. Unfortunately, I'm not getting any trade rumors right now, so I'm thinking we're just going to buy some olives just while I'm here, and then we are going to make our way out. This obviously is a version where you just have so many bandits. It's actually amazing, because that was one thing that I was talking about very, very early on when I was playing the other version way back, my first ever, you know, foray into Tales from the Age of Men, and I was talking about how there's just not that many bandits, and it's kind of difficult to level up. It's kind of difficult to find people to fight. That is no longer the case. That is literally no longer the case. You can go pretty much anywhere you want, and you're going to have an absolutely amazing time, because look at this. Look at this. I literally just have Gondorian raiders pretty much everywhere. Just going to go in for an auto-resolve right there. Yeah, here we go. So this is what I'm talking about. Massive amounts of really, really good stuff. Do I want to use the Gondorian shield? I guess I will use some of the Gondorian stuff, at least for the moment. I'm not going to be, shall we say, I'm not going to be, you know, using that 100% of the time or anything. But we are orcs, and orcs do tend to scavenge, loot, from, you know, people they defeat and stuff like that. So, actually, hello. You are wanting to attack me. Okay, this is going to be kind of interesting. I'm not sure how this is going to go. Are they running away from me now? Yeah, they're actually running away from us now. Okay, so let's see if we can actually do something here. I do have... okay. Really wish I had a polearm. I'm so annoyed that we don't have a polearm right now. Okay, let's go for another point in one-handed here, because I am going to go into another battle. I'd like to level up my one-handed skill just a little bit, you know, just to make sure that we're getting some kind of benefit from this. We have a lot of low-tier troops as well. We have to bear that in mind. So these guys are, of course, going to be quite dangerous. We do have... Oh, they have... Oh, yeah, okay. They have javelins. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to ride around them right now, just wasting their javelins as much as I possibly can. Hopefully they're not going to kill my horse. If they decide to kill my horse, that's going to be a pretty big deal of trouble I'm going to be in. Okay, let's just try and see if we can waste their thrown weapons as much as possible. That's all I'm really wanting to do right now. And I'm also wanting to, of course, distract the opponent quite dramatically, because look at what's happening right now. We're actually splitting the enemy's forces. We're splitting the enemy's forces so much that I feel like we're probably going to be in a massive, massive advantage once we get... Okay, there we go. Nice damage, nice damage. Okay, let's tell our people to charge in now. I'm kind of hoping I'm not going to die, because I could very well and very easily die at this point. Let's see if we can do some damage to these guys. Ow. Okay. Okay, nice. Yes, nice. Okay, good experience, good experience. Can we get a little bit more there? I was kind of hoping to get a little bit more. We are taking a couple of casualties, but that's okay. We don't need to worry about that too much. And yeah, we do seem to be doing a relatively decent job here. Can I... what? 2 damage. Oh, 2 damage. That was not so good. That was not so good. But yeah, we did actually end up killing him. Hilarious. It feels to me like this axe is actually really good. It's just, obviously, it's not very lengthy. That's the only thing that it's not really doing for me right now. So yeah, we're going to have to be a bit careful of that in the future. We're getting some nice leadership skill. Okay, there's a nice axe. It does have 83 length. And I'm thinking that maybe we'll actually just go ahead and use it. Do I really want to, though? It has really bad swing speed. That's the only thing. It has really, really bad swing speed. You know what? I'm not going to use it. I'm not going to use it. I feel like right now we're doing okay with the current length that we have. And so we're just going to try to make sure that our enemies feel, you know, every single inch as we penetrate them from behind. Obviously, their defenses are down then. You know, that's the whole point. That is exactly what we want to do, especially when they have thrown weapons, because thrown weapons, they're going to come streaming at us extremely fast, and we do not want to take a load of those in the face. That's just going to be absolutely terrible. Okay, here we go. I'm going to get a couple more low-tier troops. I feel like I should probably recruit the higher tier ones, but then I've also got to think about the fact that we're going to be... running out of money super fast. I should probably... needs help with brigands. Okay, you know what? I'm going to take this, even though I'm not a big fan of this quest. Let's have a look. How much am I going to... 550 only. Okay, 550. Not a terribly big fan. Not a big fan of the 550, but hopefully we'll get something a little bit better. Going to sell that. 643 is pretty nice. I'm not gonna sneeze at that. And look at the... See, this is why you want to attack those Gondorians. 4,400 straight away. Look at that. Absolutely amazing. Very, very nice. And now we can actually use this Warg. The rugged saddle is not necessary. I think I need a Warg saddle. Yes, I do. There we go. And I have no idea what this Warg is going to do. I think... Is there a better Warg? Yeah, there is a better Warg right here. So I'm going to buy the better Warg. And we're just going to leave the other one to just increase our speed or whatever. And hopefully... yeah. Okay, that seems to be working out quite nicely. Okay. Wonderful. We could also use some javelins if we want to, but no, I think we're going to be absolutely fine. We're making massive amounts of cash as well. Look at that, 4,000 in profit right there. And indeed, hopefully, the increased amounts of cash will actually help us to upgrade our forces, able to maybe attack some people a little bit more. We do have a raiding camp here. Do I want to go into the raiding camp? Not particularly. I'm not a big fan of that. I could go for... Wait a minute. I should probably get some athletic skill, shouldn't I? Yeah, I should probably get that. Let's go for another point in vigor. Yeah, I think that sounds nice. And let's go in here, I guess. Ooh, Gondorian raiders right there. Okay, wait. Do I want to go in for the... you know what? I actually want to fight these Gondorian raiders instead of fighting the Bandit Hideout. I think this is going to be a lot better for us. I mean, you can see here, they're actually kind of dangerous. They're actually kind of dangerous, and we only have 28% HP, so I'm a little bit worried about this. We could potentially lose. This is a potential outcome for this battle, because I'm going in at such a low HP for myself. That's obviously not good. You do not want to go in against a bunch of guys that have thrown weapons, and they're very easily capable of just hitting beyond your shield. They can just hit beyond your shield very, very easily. I am going to be very careful here, and I am all I'm going to do is I'm just going to be super far away from the opponent, and I'm just going to try and avoid taking damage. That's it. That's all I'm going to do. It's going to be a very, very easy assignment for me right now, or at least it should be, but it's me, so I will probably get myself hit. Yes, I will probably get myself hit, because I'll probably go in for an attack or something like that, because I'll think to myself, oh yes, I can definitely go in here, I can definitely do something, but hopefully that will not happen. I mean, you can see here, we're already splitting the enemy forces in half, which is pretty amazing, and I think what we're going to do... Are they... Oh, they're already out of thrown weapons. This is fantastic. They're already out of thrown weapons. That's great. Okay, so I'm not entirely sure what is even happening with the... Whoa, okay. Yeah, these guys are like jumping or something like that. These guys jump. I'm not sure. Yeah. They actually bite. The wargs actually bite and they do damage. Look at that. Look at that. I just bit that guy for 41 damage. That's hilarious. I love that. Oh, yeah, look at that. 40 damage. Yeah. So they do massive damage, as you can see. The wargs actually deal damage. And, yeah, that is really, really cool, actually. That is amazing. Unfortunately, we are, losing this, potentially. Yeah. That could be pretty bad. But I think, actually, I might be okay if I can just utilize my warg's damage. As you see here, we're actually doing some pretty significant damage here just from the biting. And if my forces can just stay alive a little bit more, I think we might be able to have this in the bag. Can you please just... Oh, no. Okay. There we go. Okay, good damage. I really wish I had a polearm right now. Oh, no. Really? They got themselves killed? Are you joking? Okay, that guy's dead at least. Okay, I have to be very, very careful here. Okay, I'm kind of kicking myself about not keeping that axe now, because that axe would have been absolutely life-saving right now. Okay, yeah, we've got to be a little bit careful about the leaping as well, because it is not foolproof. It is definitely... well, it's not 100%, you know? You're not always going to hit with this thing. But it does do massive damage. Well, not massive, but it does 40 damage, which I gotta say, I am actually a huge fan of. I think this capability is so useful. It's actually amazing how useful it really is. And you can even do, I mean, obviously you can do polearm attacks and stuff like that as well, if you have a polearm to your name, which I do not. But look at that. Nice damage. Nice damage. Look at that. Double kill. Very nice. Maybe we can do a little bit more. Okay, yeah, these guys are going to be a bit problematic because they're blocking, and they do have shields, so that's going to be harsh. Now, if he had swung that, he would have actually hit us, but he decided not to do that. Nice! Nice damage. Okay, guys, come on now. We can do this. Come on. This is actually hilarious how close we are to death. It's not going to be good. It's not going to be very, very good at all if we end up losing this. Nice. Okay. Can we do a little bit of something? Yeah, I'm trying to be careful here. Nice. Okay, there we go. Ooh, I was going for the slash. Unfortunately, it would have finished him off. Nice. There we go. There's the slash. There's the second slash. And we can maybe eliminate this one as well. We've almost got 50 in riding skill. That would be nice to get if we could. Yeah. Okay, 30 damage. He's almost dead. Nice. There we go. 50 in riding skill, and that is indeed a victory for us right there. If you can believe it. I mean, really, if you can believe it. Wow. That was extremely, extremely dangerous for us, and indeed we did manage to achieve victory. But look at Look at my party. Look at my party. They all died. It's terrible. Oh no. Okay, we're gonna have to get out of here really, really fast. And I'm not entirely sure if we're even gonna be able to get away. Because my capacity has now been exceeded, so that's not particularly good. We did hunt the gang of brigands, 1 out of 2, so that's obviously quite nice. Is there a... Yes, there is. Okay, I'm going to go over here really, really fast. There's Lurpak over here, and we're going to be very, very careful of him. I need to make sure... Yeah, there we go. I'm just going to get these guys. Going to go over to Litash in just a second. There we go. There's going to be a huge amount of people... Oh, okay. I was going to say there's going to be a huge amount of people available here, but no, there isn't. So that's a problem. Yes, that is indeed a bit of an issue. So I'm thinking we're going to have a bit of a problem here potentially. Yes, as you can see, we're not getting any people right now. Okay, well, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wait a little bit of time just for my there we go, for my wages to come in, and then we're going to see. Yep, there we go. Okay, now we have a significant amount of stuff coming in right there. Nice new recruits. And we're going to be able to... Wow, okay. We're basically not getting very lucky here whatsoever. Only 1,600. Only 1,600 available. Not great. Not great for such a... well, such a dangerous battle. But yeah, that's okay. You know, it's fine. We're still alive. That's all that matters. Let's see here. Needs help with brigands. Everyone needs help with brigands, but unfortunately, my ability to help with brigands is kind of compromised to a certain degree because we're now much weaker than we were beforehand because we did end up losing quite a few troops, and that just brings me to the next point. Maybe we should actually level up our medicine skill. That might make sense too. The problem is we literally only have 2 in intelligence. You know what I need to do? Oh yeah, I need to get myself a medic, don't I? Yeah, I need to get myself a medic. That's going to be extremely impactful for us. Okay, so I did take some pretty nice things here. Going to go for tight formations. I think tight formations is going to be a little bit better than loose formations, despite the fact that I'm probably going to be using line almost all the time. Yeah, with cavalry at the very least, with cavalry, right? But not with infantry, and I suppose we are going to be using infantry quite often. Okay, so the question is, do I feel lucky? Do I feel lucky about going into the raiding camp and actually having a decent time there? I'm not entirely sure. Let's wait until nightfall and actually see whether we can do this. Because we do have, basically this is the old style, this is the old style of Hideout. We don't have to, stealth through or anything like that. So it should be relatively simple. Oh, look at that. I actually do have a couple of brutes right here. So that's not too bad. We also have one of the highest tier cavalry with us here. So that is probably going to be relatively easy for us. That didn't happen. That didn't happen. You didn't see that. That's so funny. Oh, those are the kinds of moments I actually really enjoy because it's just so funny. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, it should be pretty easy. It should be super easy for us to do this headshot. Yeah, that is exactly what I'm talking about. Anyway, I think that's probably going to be it for this episode. If you would like to see more of Tales from the Age of Men, I would highly ask for your, shall we say, for your comments, whatever you want to say. Whether you want to see more or whether you don't, by all means, let me know. You can see here that we have a massive map, and indeed they've been working on it. They've been working on all kinds of crazy things. I have no idea what kinds of improvements they've made, but all I know is that obviously Gundabad is very much more fleshed out, and we do have more siege. I think we have more siege scenes and stuff like that as well. So I really cannot wait to get stuck in here. If you want to see more, that is. Anyway, download link in the description if you want to see it. If you want to play this version, then you can do that right away. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.